Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 in the German city of Ulm without any indication that he was destined for greatness. Destined means your fate, a predetermined set of events that has to happen in the future. Now here the opening line tells us that Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879. He was born in a city named Ulm in Germany. Now when he was born, when he was a little child, no one could predict that one day he will become a great scientist. Instead, on the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Freak means a word used disapprovingly to talk about a person who is unusual and doesn't behave, look or think like others. So in fact, Albert's mother thought that Albert was a freak. So he did not behave, he did not talk, he did not look like normal people did. So he was different from the children of his age, and his mother thought that he was a freak. He was behaving abnormally. He was not behaving like normal children. In fact, it seemed as if he had lower or lesser intelligence in comparison to the other children. To her, his head seemed much too large. Now, Albert's mother thought that the little boy's head was a bit too big in comparison to other children's heads. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. So Albert Einstein ने 2.5 years की age पर बोलना शुरू किया. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Uttered means spoke. तो फाइनली जब एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ने बोलना शुरू किया तो वो हर चीज को रिपीट करते थे. आइंस्टाइन डिड नॉट नो व्हाट टू डू विद अदर चिल्ड्रन एंड हिज प्लेमेट्स कॉल्ड हिम ब्रदर बोरिंग. तो आइंस्टाइन को उनके जितने भी प्लेमेट्स थे, उनके क्लासमेट्स थे, वो कहते थे कि तुम ब्रदर बोरिंग हो, क्योंकि आइंस्टाइन को कभी भी ये नहीं पता चलता था दैट व्हाट शुड ही डू विद अदर चिल्ड्रन. So he remained to himself. He did not play with his friends, with his playmates, with his classmates, and that is why they had termed him as brother boring. So the youngster played by himself much of the time. So Einstein remained up to himself all the time. He used to play with himself only. He did not interact with his class fellows, with his playmates. He especially loved mechanical toys. अब यहाँ से ही हमें इंडिकेशन मिलता है that Einstein was interested in physics. छोटी सी उम्र से ही, when he was a child, he loved mechanical toys. ऐसे टॉयज जिनमें कोई मशीन लगी होती है, जैसे कि ऑटोमेटेड कार्स, ऑटोमेटेड एरोप्लेन्स, ऐसे टॉयज आइंस्टाइन को बहुत पसंद थे. Looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said, Fine, but where are her wheels? ये है आइंस्टाइन की छोटी बहन माजा. और कहा जाता है कि जब उन्होंने अपनी न्यू बॉर्न बहन को देखा तो वो उसके पैर नहीं देख पा रहे होंगे, क्योंकि न्यू बॉर्न बेबीज की सारे बॉडी पार्ट्स बहुत छोटे छोटे होते हैं. तो उन्होंने पूछा वेयर आर हर व्हील्स. व्हील से वो रेफर कर रहे थे उसके पैरों को जिनके साथ वो चलेगी. तो वो हैरान थे कि इस छोटी सी बेबी के व्हील्स यानी के पैर कहाँ हैं. तो इससे हमें पता लगता है that Albert Einstein had an analytical mind, he could reason. That is why इतने छोटे से बच्चे ने ये देखा कि इसके पैर नहीं दिख रहे, इसके व्हील्स कहाँ हैं, और उसने उसके पैरों को व्हील्स रेफर किया, जो कि बहुत ही स्ट्रेंज सा वर्ड है जो कि उन्होंने यूज किया. तो हम ये भी कह सकते हैं, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जैसे एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन टॉयज से खेलते थे, सभी टॉयज के व्हील्स होते हैं, और उनकी बहन जो थी छोटी सी वो भी एक टॉय जैसी थी, इसलिए उन्होंने सोचा कि इस टॉय के व्हील्स कहाँ हैं. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he'll never make a success at anything. So आइंस्टाइन के एक हेडमास्टर थे, स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल. उन्होंने आइंस्टाइन के फादर को ये कहा कि आइंस्टाइन कुछ भी कर ले, वो किसी चीज में कभी भी सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाएगा. So he made a very negative statement about Einstein. Why so? Because Einstein always remained to himself. He did not interact with people. He did not speak much. So the principal could not make out that what kind of mind he has, what kind of brain or intelligence he has. And that is why he made such a statement. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining the skill throughout his life. Amateur means doing something for personal enjoyment rather than as a profession. So something which is your hobby and you do it as a pastime. So Einstein was a very good violinist. He played violin and he learned playing violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to learn playing the violin. And all his life he was an amateur violinist. So he played the violin as a hobby, not as a profession. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks in almost every subject. Now here, why is this word but used? To say that although Albert Einstein learned playing the violin, he was good at studies also. He was a very good student. Pupil means a student. Now, he went to a school in Munich because his family had shifted from Ulm to Munich when he was 15 months old. And Albert Einstein scored good marks in almost every subject, so he was good at studies. Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. Regimentation means the order or discipline taken to an extreme. So Einstein's school had a very strict discipline and he hated that. And due to that, he often clashed with his teachers. He opposed them. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled there that he left the school for good. Stifled means unable to breathe, a feeling of suffocation. Left the school for good. Now, whenever you leave something for good, it means that you have left it forever. So, Einstein was so suffocated in that school, he could not follow the strict discipline and so he left that school forever. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. Now, when Albert Einstein left the school, 1 year before that, his parents had moved to another city called Milan, which is in Italy. And Albert was left with his relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Liberal means willing to understand and respect others' opinions. Now, the school in Munich was very strict. Albert could not follow the discipline over there. So, he had a long discussion with his family, with his relatives, and finally his parents agreed to put him in a school in Switzerland, and there the language used for communication was German. So, Switzerland was more liberal than Munich. So, the school was not as strict as that in Munich, and that is why Albert moved to this city to a new school. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, and after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. Zurich is another city in Switzerland. Now, Einstein was good at studies. He was highly gifted in mathematics. So, he was exceptionally good in mathematics and he also had interest in physics. So once he finished school, he joined a university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with a walrus mustache. Walrus एक particular shape है mustache की. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं Einstein when he was a young man of 21 years of age. तो यहाँ पर ये कह रहे हैं that science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man. Dashing young man means Einstein was very handsome when he was a young man. And science was not the only thing that he liked. So other than science, he had interest in something else also. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Marek, whom he found to be a clever creature. Now, other than maths and physics, Albert Einstein liked one of his fellow students. Her name was Mileva Marek. And Albert Einstein thought that she was a clever creature. He thought that she was very clever and she was very sharp and intelligent. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. So Albert Einstein की मुलाकात मिलेवा मैरिक से हुई यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ज्यूरिक में. मिलेवा मैरिक belongs to Serbia. That is why she is called a Serb. So मिलेवा मैरिक पढ़ने के लिए सर्बिया से स्विट्जरलैंड इसलिए आई थी क्योंकि ये जो यूनिवर्सिटी था ज्यूरिक में, ये उन कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज में से था जो कि विमेन को डिग्रीज देती थी. यानी कि यूरोप में कुछ ही ऐसे यूनिवर्सिटीज थे जहां पर विमेन पढ़ सकती थी और ये ज्यूरिक वाला यूनिवर्सिटी उनमें से एक था. इसलिए मिलेवा मैरिक यहां पर पढ़ने आई थी. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines. Ally is a friend or an associate, and Philistines is a word used disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature, or music. Now, Einstein felt that Mileva was a friend because she also liked art, literature, and music. Both Einstein and Mileva had this common interest. They liked art, literature, and music. And so, they together were against the Philistines. Philistines are those people who do not like art, literature, or music. And this is a word used disapprovingly about these people. Actually, पुराने जमाने में जब एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन का टाइम था, तब आर्ट, लिटरेचर और म्यूजिक में इंटरेस्ट रखने को अच्छा नहीं माना जाता था. इसलिए जो लोग आर्ट, लिटरेचर, म्यूजिक के शौकीन थे, वो अपने ओपोनेंट्स को, उन लोगों को जो उन्हें नापसंद करते थे, उन्हें फिलिस्टाइंस कहते थे. एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन और मिलेवा दोनों ही इन चीजों में इंटरेस्ट रखते थे, इसलिए वो इकट्ठे हो गए और अपने इंटरेस्ट को बढ़ाने के लिए अपने दुश्मनों को वो फिलिस्टाइंस बोलते थे और उनका सामना करने के लिए तैयार रहते थे. Those people in his family and at the university